Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we begin with a Prince of Cups. Now, this could be a contemporary of yours. We could be talking about someone your age, maybe a friend, family member, maybe it's a significant other, could be a coworker, something like this, right? Could be a cousin, something, someone about your age. I feel there's a bit of truth being held back somewhere. Right. There's this desire to live authentically, but there's something within that needs to be realized, right? Let's put this into some context. I don't know how this contemporary person might relate to you. I don't know if this card really is going to represent them or you. Well, we got that moon energy. I wonder if this is a situation where there is this essential truth that you feel. See, there's that sun underneath everything. Yeah. This is about you, I think, trying to realize your true self, trying to let your true light shine, right? We're trying to push this little solar disk in this moon card up into this darkness, right? You're trying to live your dream. You're trying to be yourself. You're trying to activate your very best self. And of course, use this sunlight to grow your life, to grow this abundance, right? This prosperity in your life. The Ten of Wands behind us. Oh, and the absolute perfect manifestation of nature in front of us. The Princess of Discs. We've got a Knight of Cups now, and a Five of Wands, Four of Swords, and a Queen of Cups. See, we have these three cups, court cards, right? The prince, the knight, and the queen. It could be a family situation going on also. I wonder if there is, if you maybe come from a family where you weren't really allowed to be yourself very much, right? Or you weren't encouraged to be your unique self. That there was a little bit of perhaps conformity expected, right? But I feel like now you're growing into your true and authentic self. Yeah. And I feel there is a connection with that contemporary energy. It feels like it is maybe like a sibling, someone your age, and maybe they've passed, maybe they're not with you any longer. It could be like the idea of your past self. Okay. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We will try to shuffle it up pretty good here. Okay, we're just going to take this one. We're going to put Alien, Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, all right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right, let's take a look around the room here. We only see these two major arcana cards, the sun and the moon, all right? The sun and the moon. I think this is more the new moon. This is more of a darkness and uncertainty that is before us. And it really could represent a lot of things. It could represent, definitely like the idea that we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, like we're uncertain about the future. It could also be this darkness of self, a darkness of our aura right now. And what it's really waiting for is the activation of your solar energy, really activating your true self, your true spirit, your consciousness, your charisma, your creativity, right? Your true solar nature here, connected with the divinity that will illumine this aura, this darkness, this future even. Whichever way this rings true for you, there's the idea that in order for this to get brighter, in order for us to see what's in front of us and see what is in our future, we need to be the sun here that lights the way, right? You are the torch, right? You're the sun that's moving forward, illuminating the darkness, yeah. And that's really the light of your true self. And seeing this 10 of Wands in the background makes me feel that your energy was not always freely expressed, you know? That there was some sort of a situation, and maybe it was with that contemporary male energy. I don't know, maybe that was a spouse or something, or maybe that was a friend, a so-called friend. But it kind of feels like they were encouraging you to dim your light a little bit, right? Because this is kind of, this is a lot of, well, the key word for this card is oppression, yeah. I don't know if I would really call it that in this case, but it may be, it may even be related to you having a certain amount of responsibilities or obligations that didn't give you a lot of time for your own creative self-discovery, your own creative exploration. Yeah, I'm trying to choose my words here. And so I think that now is really the time that in your life that you're looking for this, that this is happening to you, that there is no stopping you now. There is no preventing this. And maybe I'm wrong about this contemporary male energy. Maybe it is more of a family tie. Maybe it's a parent or a grandparent or something. There's something now that has changed in your life, right? It may be the passing of someone. It may be the moving away, a graduation. It could be a transition, any kind of a rite of passage in your life. But I feel like this kind of oppressive energy has ended. And I feel like now you're kind of free to explore yourself, to be yourself, to figure out who you are and where you're going, to figure out what this water energy is around you, because we have this trio of water energy. And I feel like we're discovering ourself, we're discovering our truth, we're activating our solar energy to light our way, to manifest our life. And here we are kind of understanding ourselves, and here we are really expressing ourselves. You have to know yourself, you have to love yourself, and then you have to express yourself, right? In any order. It doesn't have to be in that order, but you get the picture, I think. The moon is always that darkness that's either within us or before us, okay, in front of us. You have a definite connection with some sort of serpents. I know either like snakes or scorpions or something like that are significant to you in some way. Maybe there's a Scorpio person that's close to you or that's involved in your life in some way or was. Or the symbol of the snake is very important to you right now. That symbol of kind of regeneration, of transformation, right? The symbol of change. Yeah, the symbol of change. So look for serpent and kind of, snake imagery or symbolism or synchronicities in your life, in your dream life, or in your just kind of in your visions, in your daydreams, or literally around you in your life. Okay, I think those are going to be very important synchronicities for you. All right. The 8 of Pentacles up at the top here. This is the kind of life that you're hoping to grow. This is the abundance, this is the prosperity, but this is kind of a slow and gradual thing. It's not something that we're forcing through immediately right away, as we might see with some of this fire energy. So we've got a 10 of Wands here, and then a 5 of Wands in the environment. It's almost like we've We kind of understand how to use the knob on the stove now, right? It doesn't have to be so severe or so much pressure. It doesn't have to be so hot all the time. And whatever this Ten of Wands is representing, if it is like your upbringing or maybe a past relationship or something that felt very severe and very urgent and very forceful, I think you're discovering that's not you. Your way is a different way. Your way is a little bit more gentle, a little bit more cautious. Your way is still very strong. But sometimes, most of the time, true strength is shown by our restraint, right? We show our strength by not having to make a show of our strength, right? Your way is a little bit more of to me, feels like a gentler way. Feels like a more, we could say more careful way, but that kind of would suggest a little bit of shyness, right? Or something like that. I don't think that's you. I think this is really the smarter way to do it. It's not a rush. It's not a race. It's slow and it's gentle. And you know what you need and you know what your life needs in order to make it really, really successful. You know how to make things grow, right? You don't grow plants by just putting them out in the heat of the day. It's always high noon, just intense sunlight all the time. You know that sometimes they need water, sometimes they need darkness, sometimes they just need nothing. They just need us to step back and let them grow, right? So you have this very intelligent approach to your life and what you're trying to accomplish. You know, it's not just this intense force that could be pride and stuff, but it's most likely an arrogance or an aggression even. You're much smarter than that. And you have this, I really feel you have this kind of gentleness about you. And what we're creating is this Princess of Pentacles. You're creating this absolutely abundant life. This is really the absolute happiness for you. This is everything that you have envisioned for your life. Now it is manifesting before you. It's because you are the right mixture of earth and water and solar energy and fire, right? And we even have a little bit of air here. You're the absolute right mixture of things. You know about proportion. I'm almost wondering if this mystery card is going to be the Art or Temperance card. Because I feel as if and this could be like a codependent relationship or something, but this was an extreme. Maybe it's an extreme lifestyle. Maybe this is just a really kind of life in the fast lane kind of thing. This didn't work. Whatever this was, if it was a relationship, if it was a business partnership, if this was the work that you used to do, maybe the career field you were in, it wasn't you, right? And maybe this was us like kind of forcing ourselves into a role, let's say like a fast-paced career, like sales or, something that's really intense, really fast-paced. You realize this wasn't yours, And that's why maybe it wasn't succeeding. It wasn't your truth. This was you trying to be something else, whether that was from an influence from someone else or you were just kind of thinking, well, that's what I'm supposed to do, But it's not. Yours is a different path. Your happiness is going to be created through different elements, not through that raging fire. The sun, while it is a raging fire, the earth turns and rotates and it changes its distance from the sun, which creates the seasons, right? It's not just summertime all year round. That would be, to me anyway, that'd be awful, right? I think it's kind of like, you try to force yourself to really enjoy summertime. You really enjoy the hot weather. Then you're realizing, no, I really don't. And I don't know why I tried to act like I did, but if I'm being honest, and that's what the Prince of Cups is, saying if I'm being honest, here's how I really feel. Yeah. And this is what you're starting to say to yourself, to others out loud, If I'm being honest, this is how I really feel. And maybe you're going to be surprising some people too, because they always thought we thought you felt this way. No, if I'm being honest, this is how I really feel. You have the strength and the power and the creativity and the leadership and the charisma of this sun, but you know how to regulate this energy, right? You know that sometimes things need to be really close and things need to be like in the heat of summer, right? Sometimes it's got to be 100 degrees, Fahrenheit. Not all year round, though, right? And not every plant, not everything that you're trying to create needs the same amount of your light, of your influence, of your power, right? You're really learning about these dynamics in your life and how to control your own energies in order to create the life you want. Now, the Princess of Pentacles is the best card in the tarot pack. It contains every other card. It contains all of the major arcana. It contains all of the wands, all of the cups, all of the swords, and of course all of the discs. This card is literally everything, right? And I think that you having this energy now, and you kind of speaking your truth, and having this, I think, more intelligent approach to your life, you are now being given the opportunity to kind of pick and choose what cards you want. Pick and choose what you want to manifest in your life. And that's really, I think, that's an amazing thing. And this is the infinite possibilities. Yeah. Let's go to the path of the serpent now. I like the energies that we see here. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. I really do. Okay, so we start with the Knight of Cups. Now, these water cups, the court cards here, don't have to go in any certain order. It feels like maybe this is coming first, right? This kind of, being honest about how we feel about our life and about what we're doing and about what we want. But the Knight of Cups in your general energy, this is the idea that you are now that you're honest about what you want and what you desire and what kind of life you want and what's going to make you happy. Now you're out there getting it, receiving it, but you're also giving it away. So you have this truth, you have this kind of, this true self. It's like your natural talent, your natural gifts, right, of this Prince of Cups. Not the forced thing, not this is what we were trying to do. This is what we were trying to force ourselves into, right? Very Procrustean, if you ask me. This is you taking what are your natural gifts and talents, this natural love and compassion and empathy and gentleness and warmth and heat and love and generosity, and you are giving it to the world. You're extending it in some way. You're offering it outwardly, right? What is the connection with the month of June? I feel like June is a very significant month for you. Spirit is telling me it'll happen in June. So something, I don't know if June is like a graduation thing. It's the start of summer, maybe Gemini season, something like that, right? Something going on in June that's significant for you. It could be an anniversary. It could be, it's a significant date somewhere there. This is about giving and receiving affection, love, compassion, empathy. This is about you giving your gift to the world, right? But only after you're honest about what that gift is. What is it that you really are offering the rest of us? It's not that 10 of Wands stuff. Whatever that was, it's not you. Yeah? I think that was you trying to fit into some other box, someone else's expectations. Yeah. But now we're stepping into our own, and it feels really good. This is a really happy feeling. It really makes me feel good for you, that we are it's kind of a self-acceptance. I think it's a radical self-acceptance. It's a radical self-love. It is a radical acknowledgement of who we are, what kind of person we are, what kind of things we like and dislike. It's really this full and complete self-discovery. Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Five of Wands. You can turn up the heat when you need to. This isn't to say that it's all cold and dark and watery. No, there's some heat there too. We like summertime. We like going to the beach. We like the hot weather. We like the changing of the weather, and we don't want it to be summertime all the time. Neither do we want it to be wintertime all the time. We like that there's different stuff going on, So this is really you being excited about the changing of the seasons, the changing of your activities, the shifting of your interests, the shifting of the world around you, and how you get to now enjoy it, how you get to participate in the world around you. This Five of Wands is in the position of the environment. And the 5 is right in the middle. We can go a little bit lower, a little bit higher. Right. And the point here is that you are perfectly adaptable to all of those situations. I think you like variety. I think this was basically like summertime all the time. No, you like more of a natural variety, but not trying to force the variety, right? Not trying to force change, but just kind of rolling with what's going on around you, rolling with nature and where you feel drawn to, and the things that that Spirit sends your way. Yeah. Now, what's the connection with the pearls? I see some Spirit showing me pearl necklace, pearl earrings. I don't know if that's something in the family, if that's something that is in some way meaningful to you, or if that's kind of your, I don't know, maybe that's your idea of like expressing yourself in your own kind of way, right? Putting on what you want to wear, that sort of thing, right? Something about pearls. 4 of Swords that we see in this position here. This is the obstacle. And this is really part of your radical self-acceptance is also the acceptance of others, right? Because we don't want to turn into this oppressor that we see back here with the 10 of Wands. So the 4 of Swords is telling me that you are also working on accepting others for how they are. I feel like you weren't accepted for who you are in your life, maybe in your childhood or in your past. Let's not do that to others, right? So this is that card that says, we may not agree with everybody, we may not like what everybody's doing, but we accept that everybody is unique, everybody is expressing themselves in their own way. Now, Spirit's telling me to ask about the fence. Did the fence fall down? Is there a hole in the fence? Was there a storm that kind of knocked some boards loose? Or was there something, did you recently paint or repair the fence? Spirit's telling me to ask about the fence. I don't know if that's something, like you have a dog or something, and the dog's going to get out through the fence, but there's something going on with the fence. Yeah. Sometimes these details come in. I don't know exactly what they mean, but I'm relaying the message. It's going to connect with someone. If it's not yours, don't worry about it. Okay. But it is meant as, I think, a validation, a confirmation, as kind of a synchronicity for some of the energy that we're in today. All right. The acceptance of others. Now, just because we accept others for who they are doesn't mean that we agree with them. Doesn't mean that we have to take on their opinions or beliefs or their style or anything like that, or their personality or their mannerisms or anything. Right? We can accept people just like you're accepting the world for how it is, and you're trying to adapt to the way the world is, whether it needs a lot of sunlight or a little bit of sunlight. Kind of doing the same thing for other people, and just because we accept other people doesn't mean you have to have them in your life. And I think that's kind of a mistake that some of us make, that if we maybe forgive people or we accept people, we try not to judge people, we don't feel the need to force our opinions on other people. That doesn't mean that we're agreeing with them. That doesn't mean that we're going to be best friends. That doesn't mean that we want that influence around us. Okay, and that's very important. You have to protect your aura, because I think it is kind of freshly being activated here. It feels very bright. It feels very happy. And that's even more reason to be protective. Okay, so this card really is an important card. Now, the Queen of Cups, that's the radical self-love. right? That is you accepting every part of you, every emotion that you've ever had, every desire, every belief. It's a real understanding of who you are, kind of why you are, and that you are an infinite depth of soul, of experience, of love and compassion, of emotion, of like pluses and minuses, right? That life is an accumulation of experience. And this is us really loving ourselves despite what may at one time have been described to us as a flaw, right? I don't really believe in flaws. I think flaws are what make us unique, what make us beautiful, And I think that this is that kind of radical self-love, self-acceptance, right? But this is also the exploration of our depths, to see what we need in our life to really have the most rich experience. Life is short. Let's find a depth of meaning. Let's seek for deeper and deeper and deeper meanings in everything. You can hear birds singing or something and just think it just registers on the surface. Oh, okay, birds, I hear it. Or you can kind of go deep into yourself and understand, do you like the sound of birds singing, right? Is that music to you? Does it make you feel a certain way? Does it give you a kind of almost a spiritual experience, right? Everything and anything can be a spiritual experience if we look at it that way, if we feel it that way, And I think that you have such a sensitive aura that there's going to be a lot of occasions for you to do this. I don't think that you've ever really been, I don't want to say allowed, but you've never been encouraged to be your true, sensitive, authentic self, right? Maybe when you were a kid, that's what the family used to say, you're too sensitive, right? Toughen up, something like that. The sensitivity is a gift in itself. It also requires a lot of strength, right? To not be influenced because we feel things so deeply. It's hard not to be influenced by those things, and then, that causes its own set of problems. So we have to have some protection around us. Yeah. Do you have one of those, like a worry stone? I feel like you have a little smooth stone or mineral or crystal or something that maybe you keep in your pocket. And sometimes when you need to kind of center yourself, I just kind of see you going like this, like just rubbing that stone. Yeah. I feel like you have something like that. I feel like you have other ways that you try to fortify yourself. I think through diet and exercise, through meditation, through rituals and ceremonies and acts of devotion, right? I feel like you have an altar. I feel like you're going to have an altar. I feel like you haven't had one. I wonder if even your family kind of disagrees with your spiritual practices. You know what I mean? Like that fits in with this. But you're finding now, for whatever reason, you're finding now the power, the strength, the freedom to follow your own path, to create your own happiness. You want your life, you want your altar, you want your spiritual practices and your spiritual experience, and that's what you're creating. Yeah, that feels really good to me. It really does. Let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. Also, was there someone in your family or maybe yourself, you didn't start talking right away, like as a kid? That it was maybe like delayed speech a little bit by, I don't know, a year or two or something like that. There was something with the speech when you were a kid. I don't know if it was you or a sibling or something. Something with speaking is being shown to me. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. If you know what this is or you think you do, put it down in the comments. Looking around here, we've got water, air, we've got fire and earth, we've got major arcana. I want to see another major arcana card, maybe the Empress, maybe the Emperor, maybe the World. I'm thinking major arcana here. All right, let's see what we've got. No, we've got a King of Pentacles here. The King of Pentacles it's a lot of fixed earth energy, okay? And this is the idea that we don't want to get stuck somewhere. This is the idea that we're not moving, we're not doing anything, we're staying put. And staying put, it's like we're sitting there with our eyes closed, maybe we fell asleep. Life is going on without us. The world, nature is happening without us. We've been sitting here so long, perhaps asleep, that the vines, the plants, right, have just started to grow over us. And we're unaware. So I feel like this is where you've been. And maybe the 10 of Wands is whatever that energy is that's kind of keeping us asleep, right? It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. This is someone that is maybe not even maybe unaware. Life is passing them by. Right? Nature, spirit, abundance, success, happiness, passing them by. It's going on around them without them. Right? This is the card that says we've got to wake up. That what you've been doing you got to open your eyes. Yeah. And I think that's what we see here. And this, to me, is very strong energy. It makes me very happy to see this. It really does. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, click on the link up here in the corner, or there's one down in the video description. Either way, I'll see you in the extended, all right? New Aquarius readings are usually Thursday and Sundays. This is a bonus reading just for you. I'm glad we did it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Yeah. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.